Welcome to the Intramural Sports Indoor Soccer Captains video. Hopefully by viewing this video, you'll be better prepared to successfully lead your team through the season and complete the Captain's Quiz. First off, we'll start with important dates. The regular season will start on Monday, February 3rd. After a 3-week regular season, will conclude on Sunday, February 23rd. Following the regular season, the Intramural Sports Office will post brackets to the IM League's website on Monday, February 24th, and playoffs will begin Tuesday, February 25th. Later in this presentation, we'll discuss who advances to playoffs. If you need to contact the Intramural Sports Office, you can do so by stopping by. Our office is located in the Armory just outside the basketball gym, or you can call us or email us with the numbers or email shown above. If you're worried about the cancellation of intramural sports, you can call the Rain line with the number listed below and listen to the recording. As a team captain, you have 3 primary responsibilities. First and foremost, you must be familiar with the rules and ensure that your teammates abide by those rules. You're also responsible for checking the schedule, team standings, and your roster on the IM League's website, which you use to register for this team. Finally, please make sure you respond promptly to intramural sports staff when they contact you regarding schedule changes, tournament structure, eligible player inquiries, and team conduct. Typically, the intramural sports staff will contact you via email. To ensure that your team is registered for the correct league, please listen carefully to the following league and level categories. In the Fraternity A and B leagues, only those organizations approved by the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life are permitted to register. Within those teams, members must be a registered pledge or active member in order to participate. Players with alumni status or graduate students may not participate in this league. Please also keep in mind that an individual choosing to participate for a Fraternity A league may not also participate for Fraternity B, and vice versa. Individuals who participate in the Fraternity League are not eligible to participate in the Men's League. The Men's League is open to all university male students, including undergraduate and graduate, except those who are actively participating in fraternities or the GradFac Staff League. The Women's League, similarly, is open to all university female students, again including undergraduate and graduate students, except for those actively participating in the GradFac Staff League. The Graduate Faculty Staff League is open to men and women, except those participating in frat, men's, or women's leagues. We are open to employed faculty, staff, and enrolled graduate students. In this league only, teams may have any combination of men and women on the field and on the roster. Finally, the Co-ed League is open to all men and women who are students, faculty, or staff of the university. If you choose to participate in Co-ed A, you are not eligible for Co-ed B, and vice versa. All intramural participants must bring their university ID card to every game. You'll need to use this card twice in order to participate in indoor soccer, once to gain access to Cole Fieldhouse, and a second time to register with the scorekeeper on site for intramural sports. If one of your teammates or you do not have your UID card available, you are still able to play provided the 3 conditions are true. First, your name or his or her name is pre-printed on the score sheet. Second, they have a government-issued photo ID. And third, they have not used this one-time exception prior during the current semester. Again, a one-time exception is only available once per semester, not per sport. In regard to the roster, you may add individuals to it at any time during the regular season. Individuals can be added to the roster either online through the IM League's website or at the game site by providing their university ID card to the scorekeeper. A player who has participated for a team cannot switch teams for the remainder of that sport. Varsity soccer players are not eligible to participate in any intramural soccer contest. If you have a question regarding a friend who would like to participate in intramurals and has previously participated in varsity soccer, please have them contact our intramural sports office. Club soccer players are permitted to play. However, teams are limited to a maximum of 2 club players. Teams with 2 players must play at the A level. Teams with one player may choose to play at either the A or B level. During the regular season, games will never be rescheduled. Even if games are canceled due to inclement weather, such as a snow day, we will not reschedule regular season games. During playoffs, it is sometimes possible to reschedule matches, but in order for this to occur, a captain must come to the intramural sports office in the Armory to request a reschedule. We cannot guarantee that games will be rescheduled, but we will make every effort to accommodate special requests. It is important to note that game time is forfeit time. The time that you are scheduled to play is listed on your IM League's webpage. If you are not able to field a team, please contact the intramural office no later than noon the day of your game. You can contact us by phone or email. If you choose to contact us, you will be issued a default, which is a 1-0 loss. If you fail to contact us and do not show up for your game, you, the captain, will be issued a $15 forfeit fee, and your team will likely not be eligible for playoffs. Every team, and specifically the captain, is responsible for the conduct of players and followers. Following each match, the officials will provide a sportsmanship score to each team. This score is based on a 4.0 scale. If you do not average a 3.0 sportsmanship rating during the regular season, your team will not advance to playoffs. While we do allow protest in our leagues, it's the strong belief of our program that contests should be won or lost on the field. Please keep in mind the following protests are valid: player eligibility and rule interpretation. However, you may not protest the judgment of an official. I'll give you a moment to read over this slide. Please note, for rule interpretation protest, the protest must be lodged at the time of the incident. Please encourage your teammates to carry shoes into Cole Fieldhouse. This time of year, snow, mud, and salt carried in on shoes can cause unnecessary damage to the turf. Please also note that players are not allowed to wear jewelry. We also do not permit jewelry to be covered with tape or band-aids. All jewelry should be removed prior to the start of the game. As the captain, before your game, you should check to see what field you're playing on. You can do this by looking online at the IM League's website or checking in with the supervisor upon arrival. Please also make sure you're present at the pre-game captain's meeting. This will take place on your field, and it will be an opportunity for you to ask questions of officials, introduce yourself to them, and introduce yourself to your opponent. If you need to check out pennies, please do so at the scorekeeper's table in the tunnel of Cole Fieldhouse. Please also make sure that everyone on your team checks in with their University of Maryland student ID. Except where otherwise noted, we will use the National Federation of High School rules with the following modifications. You can visit our website listed on this page for complete rules. The duration of the game will be 2 12-minute periods. We will have a running clock. Time can be prolonged only to take a penalty kick. Clock may, however, be stopped at an official's discretion. There will be 1 timeout per team per half, with a 2-minute halftime. During the regular season, it is possible for games to end in a tie. In order to avoid a forfeit, you must have 4 players checked in and ready to play at game time. However, a team may play with up to 5 on the team. Substitutions will be done on the fly. However, goalkeeper substitutions may only be done with the consent of the referee. Typical to high school soccer, a coin toss followed by a kickoff will start the game. Please take note that a kickoff is considered a direct kick. Most of the indirect free kicks you will see in indoor soccer are consistent with our rules for outdoor soccer and National Federation of High School rules. The two bolded rules are unique to indoor soccer. First, if a goalkeeper throws the ball directly over the halfway line without it first touching his own side of the field or any player, the other team will be awarded an indirect kick. Second, if a substituting player enters the field in an incorrect position, such as from the opposite side that his teammate is subbing, or if he enters prior to the previous player exiting the field, this will result in an indirect free kick. Please take a moment to read over the other bullet points on this page. The following will result in direct free kicks in indoor soccer. These are consistent with our outdoor soccer rules as well. Please take note of the following infractions that will result in a yellow card. Unique to intramural sports is the first bullet. Jumping over the wall in any manner will result in a yellow card. Please communicate this to your team. Even if an individual is retrieving a soccer ball or substituting and they jump over the wall, they will be carded. If an individual receives a yellow card, he or she must sit out for 2 minutes. During that time, his or her team will play down one player. If the opponent scores during the 2-minute period, the player will be returned to the game. The following infractions will result in a red card. These are consistent with typical soccer rules. When an individual receives a red card or 2 yellow cards in one game, he or she must exit the game and no substitute will be permitted. If an individual is ejected from an intramural sporting event, he or she must meet with the intramural sports director prior to further participation. There are some co-ed modifications for indoor soccer. A co-ed team must begin a game with at least 2 female and 2 male players. The 5th player may be of any gender. In the event that a penalty kick is awarded, the gender of the shooter must match the gender of the player fouled. There are 3 situations that could result in your game being forfeited. If your team fails to arrive after the start of the game, you will be issued a forfeit. If your team is caught using an ineligible player, you will also be issued a forfeit. And finally, if your team receives 3 unsporting yellow cards or the equivalent, such as a combination of red cards, your team will also lose by forfeit. A forfeited game could result in your team being prevented from entering playoffs. Thank you for taking a few moments to watch this short video. If you have additional questions, feel free to contact us or check out our website for more specific rules and policies.